Hi everyone, this is my Draw My Life. So everyone asked for this. My life is not very interesting, but yeah, Chloe Morello, Draw My Life. Right, so these are my parents, and just a little thing to remember, anytime I draw this Elvis hair, it means it's my dad, because I always thought he had Elvis hair. That's my mom. She had long blonde hair before she had me, and everyone said she looked like Marsha from the Brady Bunch. My mum is so beautiful, and my dad was really handsome. I mean, he is still handsome, but he's like 70 now, so he's an old version of handsome. My dad's Italian, and he immigrated here when he was a kid, or I think a teenager actually, and my mum is Australian. So yeah, I've got two different sort of nationalities in me that I find very influential. So that's my dad hitting on my mom, and she didn't actually say that. They love each other. And they're still together. They're in a de facto relationship, so yeah. Okay, 1990, this is when I was born, and this is my mom at the hospital. And I'm pretty sure I was a fairly small baby, but as you see when I draw this, I had a really round head, and mum used to call it, or told me that everyone said I had a bowling ball head. So, I mean, as you can tell now, I've got a fairly big head, especially a very big forehead. And I don't know who I got that from, probably my dad. He's got a very big forehead actually. But you know what they say, that's like a sign of intelligence. So, ta-da! There I am. Gosh, and there's the head. Oh, that's so funny. Yeah, so that's me born. I was a really cute little baby, you know, brown hair. It was fun. Not that I remember it. But yeah, we lived in a really small town, by the way. Small town with a population of about 16,000 people on the coast of New South Wales. That's my dad, and my mum's coming up in a second. He always used to wear this red checkered shirt, and I always used to think that he was really tall, but obviously as I grew up I realised he wasn't that tall. That's my mum. I'm drawing her with big boobs and big hips because she has a really nice feminine body, and I always looked up to it. And this is the motel. So we own a motel, and this is where I grew up. That's me as a toddler. Oh my gosh, that's so scary. So basically, we were really busy. When you own and run a motel, you like live there, and you don't have really much time to do anything for yourself or do things as a family, because someone always has to be there. So I had a good time there. I mean, it was fun because there was always new people coming through, and I'd like play with the kids that stay at the motel and everything. But we didn't really have much time to do things as a family. And then in 1992, my little sister came along. Her name's Ellie, and we were really different, and we didn't really get along. I was really feminine, and actually I was 2. I wasn't 3. I know how old I was when Ellie was born. But she really likes animals and all of that, and we were just really opposite. Now I'm drawing the motel just to show you like the house we lived in. It was a very, very small 2-bedroom sort of apartment kind of thing attached to the motel that had the office as a part of it, so that, you know, you could always be answering the office or customers as they come in. And then I'm drawing the motel, and this is really not to scale. The rooms obviously are a lot bigger than our house. Our house was really small. But I used to like play around the motel, but sometimes I wasn't allowed to if it was too busy in case I got run over or something. But it was fun, it was good. Now, who's this? Oh, this is me. This is me as a little girl. I had like a bit of a bob cut, and I always used to wear these frilly socks with black Mary Janes, and I don't remember that dress. It's just a typical child dress. Oh, and this is my best childhood friend, Zoe. We used to be called Zoe and Chloe. Well, that's our names, but it's just funny that they rhyme. And we were really good family friends with Zoe, and she was my best friend. She always used to go barefoot. She was like a wild child. Really loved animals, and I was such a little bitch. Like, I can't believe what a shit little kid I was. And I didn't share, and poor Zoe, like, we used to play games, and she'd come to my house, and I'd be like, it's my house, so I get the pretty princess dress. And then I'd go to her house and play, and I'd be like, I'm the guest, so I get the princess dress. I was such a little, like, a bad little kid, but I think that I'm a lot better than that now. Anyway, that's my sister. She likes animals and, like, playing around naturally. She loved animals, like, insane. She used to pretend to be, like, you know, donkeys and stuff. It was so funny. And I really liked makeup, and we were really opposite, and we used to fight a lot and bite each other and stuff, but now we're really good friends, so it's okay. Now, because we used to stay at the motel, like we lived at the motel and we didn't get much time off, we used to, I guess, I don't know how it worked, but we, I guess, saved up all of our holiday time and used to go on a big holiday. We went 3 times in a row to America, and this is the RV that we had. It was a big brown one. We called it Bessie, and that's my dad driving and me waving in the back. We went all over the US, Canada, Mexico, like all over, even up to the top, like Alaska and stuff, and those were really good memories, but I was only 6, 7 and 8 at the time, so I don't have much memory of it. Okay, and this is my primary school. So I went to a Catholic primary school and I was Anglican, so a lot of the time they kind of like left you out of things, which I think is really bad, but they did, and they put a lot of focus on religion at the school. So it was good though, because I grew up with the same people. It was a small community type thing. I went to school with the same people for like 10 years or something like that, until I moved to Canberra, which is what's happening now. So at age 15, my sister was 13 and about to go into high school, and my parents said that we think we're going to take Ellie to a good school, and I kind of got dragged along because by that time I was going into year 9 and I wasn't very academic, but I was just kind of wandering around not knowing what I wanted to do. I really liked sort of Harry Potter at this time, and Legally Blonde, and like I used to get obsessed with random things. I just had no idea what I was doing. And so my little sister's really intelligent, like freakishly smart, and we decided that, you know, she needed more than just the small town education, and we actually kind of moved up to Canberra. Not fully, we sort of rented a place near our school, which was Girls Grammar, and that was a really expensive school, so we gave up a lot of stuff so that we could go there, and sort of sacrificed a lot so that Ellie and I could go to this good school, which she really appreciated and took advantage of, but me, I did not like it. I mean, I had friends, but all I was interested in was Harry Potter, dancing, and yeah, makeup, I guess. But I got bullied fairly, not bullied like bad, but I mean, girls were just really bitchy there because, as you expect, it's like a rich school and there are some really spoiled kids there, and I was not interested in learning. I mean, some things I liked, like biology, but all the other stuff I just did not care. I also really liked philosophy, but I had no idea what I wanted to do with my life, and I mean, I was getting sort of bullied and people were teasing me. Like this girl used to tease me in science class and throw water at me and pass notes about me and pay me out for the makeup I wore, and she was really mean. And then this is in year 12, I'm fairly sure. So in year 12 I was really happy because my braces came off, my pimples went away, I was a lot happier with how I looked, and I had a boyfriend. But you know, I don't think I really had any idea about anything again. I was probably really shallow. I mean, I don't know, I can't remember much important stuff happening to me in that time. So that this girl was really mean to me because I was friends with her ex-boyfriend. God, I really am so annoyed at that. She spread rumors about me, and she almost got kicked out of school right before we did our final assessment because of she was sending me threatening messages and stuff, and the police almost got involved. So it's far out. I had a lot of trouble with them, but I used to really stand up for myself, so it was okay. And they're still pretty mean to me. Well, last time I saw them, I can see them talking about me and laughing at me and stuff, but I don't care. I'm happy. Okay, this is, I kind of changed my mind what I was drawing about here, but this is basically after I graduated high school, I didn't know what to do. I was working at a bar as a sales assistant and a dance teacher, and I started doing uni, but I had no idea what I wanted to do, and my parents kind of told me that I had to go to uni and, you know, that's what you have to do, and I was really upset about that. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I thought I might as well just work or maybe go overseas, although I had no money, and I got really depressed at uni, and 9 months later I dropped out because I'd gotten depressed. I had really big problems with an ex-boyfriend of mine and had some health issues, and it was just really bad. And then I dropped out and I was working really hard, and I decided, and Mum was really supportive in this, I decided to do makeup because by this time I was obsessed with YouTube and really wanted to just learn makeup, not necessarily become a makeup artist, but I wanted to be better at it. So I decided, I was going to go to makeup school, and I did it for fun. And so I learned a lot of things, although not as much as what I say I learned from YouTube, but it was fun, like going to the class and doing what I loved every day. I made heaps of friends and built up my kit, and I was working as a professional makeup artist for a little while. But something happened and I couldn't finish my course. Like right at the very end, when we were about to hand in our assignments, something happened and I had to move back to the small town that I was from to work at the motel, and it was because something bad had happened and I had to leave there, and I just never ended up. I mean, you'll see, I just kind of lost it when I went back to the small town. So this is me back in the town I'm from. I was working at the motel, I got really bored, I was poor, I was lonely, all my friends moved out of the town, I was depressed, so all I did was pretty much, you know, check people into the motel and watch YouTube. And that's when I decided to, or I just started sort of uploading videos to my channel, and it made me a lot happier. I mean, I had already had a bit of a following because I actually uploaded videos like in 2008 and stuff, just to enter contests. And just being on YouTube, I mean, getting the feedback and the response, the positive comments, it was really good because I was so lonely there and I didn't have really any human contact except with my brother and my parents. And finally, after a few months, I'd built up, you know, quite a following, maybe 10,000, 20,000 followers on YouTube, and then I moved back to Canberra where I lived with my friend Carolina, my Brazilian friend. I absolutely love her. She's so good. Beijos. And I worked at a shop, a bar, and I taught dance, belly dancing. I used to work from 9 AM till 3 AM in the morning. Some nights it was absolutely horrible. But I decided I need a real job. Like, I was 20. How old was I? Yeah, 20, and I decided I just needed a proper job with a salary, and yeah. And here I'm introducing you to my amazing boyfriend, Jack. We've been together for 2 years now. In a few months will be our 2 year, like 1 month actually, next month. Cool. And he loves me so much, and I love him so much too. And so he was my good luck charm because I actually got a job at a crematorium, which, as you can imagine, is very depressing, but I was so happy I finally had like a proper job. I loved everyone I worked with, and I felt like I was really making a difference to people's lives. And so what I did was I would meet with the families and design the plots, help them choose their family's plaque, and organize the burial of the ashes. So that's what I did every day, met with grieving families, and it was very life-changing for me, this job. I mean, I got experience in a professional sort of career, and I really matured, but it made me realize that I don't really want to do that. I wanted to work on my YouTube channel a little bit more, so I got my new channel. I started Chloe Morello just so people wouldn't get confused with the whole Karen Morello thing, and at this time Missy Confidential, an Australian website, asked me to be their beauty editor. So that's me being really happy about that, and I realized that people liked me and that I had something to offer, that I had some talent, and so Chloe Morello started growing, and then really quickly it already had 100,000 followers. I just could not believe it. And this is Jack. He graduated finally, so this is while I was working at the crematorium. He graduated law commerce with honours and a letter of commendation. He did really, really well. It's amazing that, you know, he can be everything at once. It's great. Anyway, so we decided we're moving to Sydney together, and this is where everything's happened. So I work with Missy, I work with Veet, and I work with Cleo. Everything's really happened all at the one time. I've got 200,000 followers. Oh my god, this filming sucks. That's meant to be me, but you can't even see anything. Sorry everyone. My arm is so interesting, I know. So that's me, very happy, living in Sydney with my amazing boyfriend. Everything's going really well, and yeah. So everything's finally sort of settled into place. For a while there I was like a lone ranger, no idea what I was doing, head in the clouds, but thanks to you guys and thanks to the opportunities that my channel's brought me, I'm finally doing what I want with my life, and I'm really happy with the way it's going. So thank you all for watching Draw My Life. Bye!